Oh my word. Why does Excel offer so many chart options? And which one do you pick? I'm going to show you how to go about selecting the proper chart for the proper application. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. There are a lot of charts for different situations. This Microsoft profit and loss statement. What do we do with this information and what's the best way to illustrate it? We know we can simply go to insert charts and use the recommended charts as a starting point. We'll highlight this data range as we've done before. What you do is hold down the shift key to highlight this range. Then hold down your control key and move to whatever area or whatever additional range you want to copy. Then go to Insert up in the ribbon, go to Recommended Charts. Here we have the recommended charts, and let's just go with the same chart we've been using, okay? What happens? This is a common problem that I'm finding. You can hit Recommended Charts and hit OK, and we're not getting anything. Here's a little situation you may run into when creating a chart. Here we highlighted the data. We go to Insert and we go Recommended Charts. We pick a chart, we hit OK. Nothing happens. Why? I can't answer that. But go over to the chart section, pick whatever chart you want, hit any style. There's the chart. Don't fret. There's always a solution. Here we have chart with one added feature versus what we've shown in the past, which brings up an interesting question. Why don't we try this configuration? How about we take this data and earnings before interest and taxes. Now here's an output that you may receive. Recommendations are not available for the data you selected. To choose a chart type, click all charts. Why does this come up? I don't have the answer to. But go to all charts and just pick a chart. Now that is the point of this topic. Why do we have so many charts to choose from? Well, we opened up by stating there are different reasons for different chart types. So let's just take a look as to why some layouts look fine and some don't. We're going to look at column charts, and they're the most popular. Probably the most common chart type is the column chart, which displays each data point as a vertical column. I'm going to show you probably 30 different formats. If you don't want to hang in there, that's fine. I'm just going to give you just some different options available, and this may take a while. So here we have a column chart style. We're still in the column charts, so just keep that in mind. Here's a different stack, which doesn't really depict much, does it? Let's go to this style, and this is just, well, I got a headache. So that's column charts. Let's go to line charts. Let's see what a line chart looks like. That doesn't help me much. That doesn't tell me a heck of a lot. Why? Well, because we're trying to squeeze these smaller numbers within the large number. What do I mean? We have this 188 billion, and we're trying to see 71 billion. And you can see it doesn't do a very good job here. Change types. Let's see if it looks a little different. You can see, you can kind of grasp, but it doesn't sell me on the concept. How about change to the little data bars? Well, again, the bar charts may not depict what we're trying to do here. Let's go change types. How about little waves? Does that help me? No. What's this? What's this blue line tell me? Not a heck of a lot, does it? That's probably the dates. Our line charts aren't that great. How about a pie chart? What does a pie chart tell me? Well, there's the pie chart. That tells me nothing. How about another pie chart? Just go into pie charts. How about there? Does that do anything for you? How about there? Anything? You know you can go in here and change this, but so pie charts, do they do anything for us? No. This particular data series, it doesn't work. If you're looking at pie charts, maybe 3 to 4 items, you're trying to squeeze a lot of data. And here we're trying to compare 6 different items here. We have total revenue, operating income, net income. Here it says Microsoft profit and loss, total revenue, operating income, earnings before interest, taxes, and net income, and a date. This chart is trying to throw in a bunch of junk. It's not doing a very good job. Go to Chart type, let's go to bar chart and let's hit OK. Whoa, what's going on there? Isn't that a mess? A bar chart is essentially a column chart that has been rotated 90 degrees clockwise. One distinct advantage to using a bar chart is that the category labels may be easier to read. Are they easier to read here? No. So let's go up and see if there's a better bar chart. No, they're just spewing out too much stuff. We can turn all this off. So let's see if there's a better layout. Let's go to chart styles. Let's take a look here. How do we fix this? Why don't we make this chart bigger? Why don't we get rid of this chart's over here? Let's hit delete. Let's just get them rid of these. Delete. Let's take this chart here. Let's grab and move and make it a little bigger. They're not helping us, are they? We're not getting rid of this data. What if we delete it? Well, I'm not going to go through and delete every one of these. So this is just a crappy design. A simple bar chart shouldn't have all of this junk in it. We can go up here and we can go chart layout or quick layout. And maybe that's what we want. That's just going up to quick layout, go back up to quick layout, go to quick layout. You can see the various options available. If we click this, kind of noisy, isn't it? What does that tell us? It's basically taking this information that we had before that was going up and down here, and it's just going across because it's not displaying very well the dates. This is backwards. We kind of we should have this information are years. It really is not. It's showing the years here. Quick layout doesn't do much there, but you get the idea here. We can go to custom chart styles and we can play around with this, but you get the idea. There's the bar chart style. Go to change style. Let's go to area chart and hit OK. And does that help? Well, maybe. It kind of tells a story, doesn't it? Here we have this big orange area, and if we look, we can see total revenue. And it gets a little confusing here. Let's go to quick layout. Let's see if there's a cleaner view. That's not bad. We probably need a little better explanation. Let's go to quick layout again up at the ribbon, and then let's take another look. And that doesn't do a lot for us. Here, that's a little bit too noisy. That layout doesn't do me any good. Let's go to this layout, nothing. Go to chart styles. That's a nice look. That kind of tells us something, but I don't like this. I don't like the labels up here. We can always move those, but that's not bad. That kind of tells us what's going on, doesn't it? Here, we kind of got the same thing, but that makes me dizzy. Go here, and that's good. I like this. Nice shade. We have this nice faded look. We've got some softer colors. We have this Microsoft profit and loss, which doesn't tell us a lot because that should be the date. If you go up Microsoft profit and loss, that information should be deleted. That information should be down here, and we can configure this. Total revenue, we can see the revenue, we can see the operating income, but this blue line stuff, kind of confusing. But you get the idea. You can take this area chart and it tells a good story. I like this. How about the XY chart? We're not going to get much out of the XY chart. Why? Because we have too many data points. If we have 2 data points, data series, how about revenue against net income? Let's take a look. Why don't we just for fun, just go net revenue. And this is too much of a gap. The numbers are going to be too big. And then go to insert. Let's go recommended chart. Well, that didn't work. We'll go all charts. Let's go XY chart. And there's an overview. Let's use this one. Hit OK. What's going on here? This is looking at net income to revenue. You can see sometimes Excel does some really weird shit. What happens, it didn't pick up this total revenue. Let's just kill this. Delete. Sometimes Excel, the charting thing just does strange stuff. Let's go back to insert recommended chart. Well, I don't like any of those. I want an XY chart. So XY chart, go here. And you could see that this is just wrong. and we're not getting an X or a Y because it's all screwed up. Now we can go in and we can go select data and we can change this because it's just picking up net income, not picking up net income and revenue. I don't know why. So you can go in and edit this and we can change all this. And I don't want to do that now. That's in the advanced section. But you can see some of the, sometimes you're going to run into problems when you develop a chart. Now let's try one more thing here. Let's kill this, delete, just hit delete, let's do this. Let's put in a date and then let's put in net income loss and go insert. We want an XY chart and let's go here. You can see what happens now. We put in a timeline. We put the years in here and now we have a chart that makes a little more sense. If we want to change the look of it, we can just go back in here, just take a look to see if there's anything. But it's just a simple XY chart. We can configure this. We can make bubbles. Let's change chart type. We don't want bubbles. We want just a simple configuration. There, that's an XY chart. Nothing fancy. Let's kill this altogether. Let's just hit delete. Let's go back into here. Let's go to change chart type. Let's go to XY chart. And there is a boring, does nothing for me type deal. And again, the chart is not picking up the years. And that's sort of frustrating. And we'd have to edit this. But for now, the point is I just want to show you a whole bunch of different charts. Go back, change chart types. You can go bubbles. Well, bubbles, really? We can use a map. Well, not really. To set parameters for the map, and we won't deal with that right now. Let's say we want to change this to stock. This won't apply because we're looking for one data set. In other words, we want stock, high price and low price in the proper data set. So stock won't work. How about a surface chart? All right, this is going to be a 3D arrangement and it probably won't be too attractive. Does that tell you anything? No, not at all. What if we look at it from a different point of view? No. Can we rotate this? No. Can we go back up here to any of these chart styles that do anything for you? No. The data set is just not complementing a 3D format. So to change styles, go to this method. How about there? You want to get a headache? Look at that. What does that tell you? Not a darn thing. Change styles. How about here? No, no help there. So you know the 3D arrangement won't work. Go to radar. Prepare for this. Here's a radar chart. Does that do anything for you? Does that tell you anything? Not a darn thing. It just looks like a spider web or something like that. Here's another look, another look. Go back to data. Go to chart style. You can see it doesn't matter. This particular method or chart style just won't tell us the story. How about a tree map? Well, there's a tree map. Does that tell you anything? No, not at all. So you can see there's a whole host of chart styles, but are they applicable? Do they tell a story? No. Be sure to check out all of our Excel courses. Excel data and text manipulation. We have an advanced beginners and intermediate course. Excel essentials. This is for individuals new to Excel. We have an advanced, excellent beginners, level 1 and level 2, and intermediate level course. Excel formulas, formulas only. We have a beginner, an advanced, and an intermediate level course. Click on any of the links. There's a short video that explains everything about the course. Check it out. Let's go to chart styles. Sunburst. Does Sunburst do anything for you? No. Does it serve a purpose? Yeah, for a particular data set, but not here. Histogram. We're trying to find data set, and here, this histogram, it doesn't work. We can mark that off of our list. Box and whisker, not applicable. Waterfall, look what it reads. It's picking up just the dates. The waterfall, no. Change styles, go back to column chart. Well, you can see a column chart's picking up the data. A funnel, There's a funnel chart. And again, you can see that the algorithm is just picking up the year, and that tells us nothing. We're going to get into the advanced charts later. After the next section will be the advanced charts. The charting algorithm does some weird stuff. Now, if you want a waterfall, you can develop it. But with this data, I don't think you're going to get much help with a waterfall. And then a combo. We'll get into a combo next. The point here is we're trying to find the proper chart for the information. What tells the best story? You can go back to data type, go to column chart. We can go here and excluding this configuration, go to quick layout. That kind of gives us a pretty good story, doesn't it? We can see revenues, and this data here skews it out of proportion. Delete it, and that kind of gives us a story. It tells us, well, we have revenue, and I just deleted the legend. That's pretty good storyteller. Change chart types. A line chart, it's, well, what does that do? It's sort of boring. Go here, go to the area chart. The area chart was pretty good. We just need to configure it. So the question is, why do we have so many chart types to choose from? Different ways to get to San Jose, I guess. Same thing with chart data. Depending on what information you have, you're going to have different results. Brad Williams, XL Prime. Thanks for watching.